Hello Virgo, welcome to my channel Love It or More. This is your March 2022 reading for Sun, Moon and Rising. We'll start off with the Sun Bowl just to cleanse the energy and to tune in. So nice deep breath in if you like. And exhale. Alright, Virgo, let us see what March has in store for you. We'll be doing 3 rows. The first row will be your current energies as you start the month. The middle row will be any obstacles, challenges, anything that's unseen to you. And the outcome. I'll be cutting the deck. Wheel of Fortune, nice start. 3 of Pentacles, the Lovers, the Sun, good Lord, Ace of Wands, 3 of Wands. Oh, Virgo, it's about time, right? 8 of Wands, Page of Swords, 5 of Wands. Okay, very promising reading so far. Got a couple of hiccups, but life is full of hiccups. It's just how we deal with them that determines our integrity. Right. Very strong position to be starting off in March. The wheel has turned in your favor. All of a sudden, things are bright, bountiful, abundant, and there's a bit of a spring in your step, and things are kind of happening really, really fast. It seems like as you start off the month, things are just kind of slotting into place so quickly and excitingly. And then with that comes a brand new inspiration, inspired action, inspired idea, a new opportunity, something that you really want to kind of get really excited about. And it's to do with something that you've worked on in the past, but it's taking on a new leaf. So in one aspect, it's about sort of closing things off, making sure you've tweaked everything, perfected everything to be able to embrace this brand new idea, finish some business first. And in other ways, it is also a new concept, a new idea based on something you've worked on in the past. So this seems very work orientated to me. We've got the Page of Swords, meaning that there may be a bit of a false start, excuse me, or a bit of a slow, when things start off really strong and start slotting into place, the little hiccup will be that there's maybe a bit of a delay or a bit of a kind of an obstacle, a bit of a block in the way ahead. But then what it does is it pushes you into making a huge decision about how you want to carry it forward. Now, there may end up being a little bit of competition around you as you move forward and take and embrace that that one of Ace for the Ace of Pentacles, so Ace of Wands into the 2. But I'm not particularly worried too much about the 5 of Wands card, because everything else is really, really positive. And when you're operating at such a positive level and a high vibration, these little trips along the road, they'll easily overcome. It's when we are downtrodden, when things have not been working for some time, and everything, you're trying desperately to sort of hold on to positive ideas and trying desperately to hold the faith, that these little trips on the way can kind of completely throw us off the horse. So I don't feel like this is massive for you, this 5 of Wands. And the 5 of Wands basically talks about some conflict, maybe some competition, perhaps some, gossip, that sort of thing, or even inner conflict. But it seems pretty pale in comparison to all of this really positive energy. Let us clarify. You're definitely getting the go-ahead on a business idea, for sure. It's now taking the next steps into how to make that over March into bringing it more into life, breathing more life into it as it relates to creativity. Once you've got the kind of the basics down, once you've created that platform, then you can start making big decisions, okay? More creative decisions. It's about kind of, so if we were to describe this in the way of, if you're building a house, you've built your foundations, you've got your skeleton down, meaning you've got your pillars in place, you've got your walls painted and everything, and now it's about making the choices of how to decorate it, basically. That's what I mean. Okay, so we're going to clarify with the Rider-Waite. Oh, I'm not taking jumpers. I'll cut the deck. They want to jump out, don't they? All of a sudden, these cards are very, very slippery. It's got a little mind of their own, I think. Okay, for the Wheel of Fortune, we have Knight of Swords, fast, fast, fast. We've got the Five of Swords here by the Three of Pentacles, Page of Cups by the Lovers, Six of Cups by the Sun, Hierophant by the Ace of Wands, Tower by the Three of Swords, Eight of Wands, we have the Nine of Wands, and the Magician by the Page of Swords, and then Victory with that Six of Wands clarifying the Five of Wands. So Wheel of Fortune, that information is going to come in fast, fast and furious, okay? It's coming with rapid speed. And I know this as well because of the Eight of Wands, rapid speed. You know, it almost feels like you're at that precipice where you kind of, leading up until March, you know, you've been sort of slogging away, doing what needs to be done, getting your handle on your affairs, making sure the kind of the T's are crossed, the I's are dotted, making sure everything is kind of in order at home and work. You've kind of been doing the kind of, let's say, the boring, laborious job, right? Leading up until now. And it's almost a point of like, it puts you on the edge of like, oh man, I just need something. I just need a ray of sunshine. I just need the go ahead. I just need some good news for once, because the Nine of Wands is there, meaning that it's just like you're at that precipice leading up into March of like, just give me something good, right? And just when you're about to feel like there's no, not that there's no hope, but that you just might not have the energy right now to face more, it's like universe suddenly goes, okay, we're going to shower you with all this love and light, okay? And suddenly, all of a sudden, things take a rapid change of events for you. The sun is beautiful and it's coming with the Six of Cups there, meaning that there's some sort of return from the past. And I feel that this is really good karmic energy returned back to you. Some loving energy. It could also be illumination as to how you used to work in the past. And by that, what I mean is as it relates to relationships in work, relationships in home, relationships with friends. So it's a karmic return of that in a very powerful, good karma is paying you back, because the Wheel of Fortune also talks about karma is now turning in your favor, right? The Wheel of Fortune is turning in your favor. And to have the sun followed by the Wheel of Fortune tells me that it wasn't sunny beforehand, but now it is, okay? And it comes with that either sense of happiness, of the type of happiness you recall. If you were to look back on the good days of certain things, it's like all of a sudden that kind of feeling, that vibration, that energy is being revisited and feels really good. And it could also be some illumination from the past as well, in terms of how you responded and adapted to certain people. You see, with this, I'm really getting the strong sense of Because Virgo, I love you. You are earth sign like me, and you're very nurturing, very kind, very loving. You often give a lot, maybe too much, right? And sometimes it's quite difficult for you to receive, because your natural, generous and compassionate nature. Now, this illumination that's coming forward for you is also to do with when things have been sort of maybe dark and heavy for a long time. It can have the ability, it does definitely have the potential to make us bitter and twisted and oh, woe is me, and that kind of blame mentality and victim mentality. And I don't feel like you've been there. But when things get so hard, and you, from that Nine of Wands energy, that wounded warrior energy, it can have the tendency to make us put our guards up really, really high and decide to not give too much away because, you know, it never really paid off. But then with the Wheel of Fortune turning in your favor, what that does is that it illuminates that no. Be true to you. Be true to the way you are naturally. Don't try and mask your natural light, your goodness to others, because you are getting rewarded for it. You are getting a payback as it relates to a karmic return. So that is a thing that you're starting to recognize. Okay, no, so what I did was good, and I can continue to move that way. I don't have to harden myself up to others just because things have been a bit difficult. Now it happens really, really fast. So just that point where you felt like you weren't getting any further with it relates to kind of work matters, anything that you're really putting your physical energy into, right? Just when you think that you can't go on, you know, all of a sudden things start happening fast. So March, the beginning of March, is going to see some really fast energy for you. Okay, so best to kind of get yourself prepared for that. Three of Pentacles with a Five of Swords. This doesn't seem really big to me at all. It just seems that perhaps something that you, it could be you or could be someone surrounding you as relates either to home or work, where something was kind of shelved. It wasn't kind of looked at with full detail. It was just like a quick fix. Okay, so you do need to clean up a quick fix. You do need to go back over it and make sure that it really is good and over. It may involve bringing a couple of other people into the situation to kind of ensure that it's all kosher and all sorted. But it really is something that I do feel like it's somebody else's energy. I don't feel like it's yours that made the quick fix, but of course it could be yours. So as an example, it would be, for example, if at home the boiler broke and you just tweaked a few things here, like fiddled with it, and it was working for now, but you knew that it was just a matter of time before it just gets completely broken and it needs to be properly repaired. Okay, it's a kind of quick fix like that. Or as it relates to anything to do with paperwork, it would be that, okay, well, I'm just going to hold them off. Say you can't pay your bills, and but you can buy yourself some time. So perhaps in the past you bought yourself some time for a month or two just to kind of get things straight, and now you need to sort of go back on it and settle it. Okay, it's that sort of energy. Then we got the Ace of Wands with the Hierophant. So this is 100% divine inspiration coming from the Hierophant. Okay, it is inspired action. It is an epiphany that you suddenly receive, and I do feel like it's coming from spirit, it's coming from your guides, it's coming from your higher self, of all of a sudden, bing, you've got this new idea. Okay, and this new idea does seem to be that it's kind of related to your work, or it's a project that's related to your work, but in a slightly different parallel theme. Okay, with the Page of Swords, we've got some sort of delay there, but it is clarified by the Magician. So I do feel like this delay is actually a positive thing. Perhaps you get this divine inspiration, this to embark on this new project. Okay, very exciting. But you still need to make sure those things are cleaned off. So in a way, the delay of invoking that into the reality is something that you have naturally, without even realizing, naturally orchestrated so that you can sort of finish up the old business before you really embark on the new business. The Lovers comes with the Page of Cups. So, I mean, for lovers out there, this does seem, the first message would be that you are receiving some sort of lovely little gesture or recognition, some sort of offering coming through as it relates to matters of the heart. And it really is your choice about whether you say take it further or not. Now, it is a Page of Cups. It's not the Knight of Cups. It's not the King of Cups. So it is a gentle energy. Let's put it that way. So if it was a person, it could be either a younger person than you, or it's not, or it's just a really nice gesture. So it's nothing that's kind of like, I'm so in love with you. It's not that. But what it does is that it kind of puts you into that space of like, oh, okay, well, maybe I should, do I take this further, or do I just say thank you very much? It seems like it's not coming with any strings attached, which is what I like. Now, if you are in a relationship, this could literally just be someone, your partner, coming through and just recognizing your value, which is really, really nice. And for others of you, it could even be that a friend or a work colleague just recognizes your worth, and it builds you up again. It gives you that extra little confidence boost, which is really, really nice. A Three of Wands with the Tower. Now, I might have to clarify this further, because it feels like the things that you've been waiting for, there's a sudden shake-up. Particularly with that. And then we've got the Five of Wands with the Six of Wands. So you're definitely departing this situation of inner conflict. You're definitely kind of being recognized for your efforts, absolutely. And there could be a little bit of, I would say, jealousy around you, or a little bit of kind of gossip around you because you're doing so well and you're now moving on and graduating to the next chapter, which is this inspired action. It could also be the people that are a little bit in the workplace. Well, he sits high on his horse, right? Meaning that he's now kind of reached a platform, a higher platform than his co-workers, his peers. And this sees him being cheered on and awarded for his efforts and his bravery, okay? But with that does come a little bit of like me, from other people. So also it feels, I'm really getting a strong sense here, this feels like you are not so comfortable with being on top. And I don't mean that in a sexual reference as relates to the lovers, but you're not comfortable maybe with having the limelight shone on you, okay? So it could be causing a little bit of inner conflict, but it is deserved to you. You have earned this. So because you've done the work, you've been through that battle and you've returned victoriously, okay? So it does feel like that's going to be a little bit perhaps of an uncomfortable feeling, but if you move forward with this Ace of Wands, kind of get used to it, right? You deserve to be on top. I want to clarify this Three of Wands with the Tower a bit more. Anything more, please, for the Three of Wands? Thank you. We've got the Two of Wands there. So we've got the One, the Two, the Three of Wands. This almost feels like, this isn't going to resonate for everybody, but it almost feels like you're having maybe an opportunity or an option, someone that comes forward to you and suggests, okay, well, we see you, Virgo, we see your worth. How about you immigrate to this country and do your good stuff there? And then you have this choice to make, and now you're sort of waiting for the ship to come in, you're ready to take sail and do that, but it's a sudden kind of change of events for you, because he's got the globe there in his hands and he's looking out to the distance to the horizon, trying to figure out, okay, well, where am I going next? Now, obviously, that can mean physical, like literally, or metaphorically. But I do feel like that whatever offer's coming through, it is not only is it passionate, but it's very, very exciting. And it puts you kind of, it sort of puts everything in disarray, because you're like, oh, now what, now what, now what? So it is going to put you outside your comfort zone, but I do feel like it's in a really positive way, a really, really positive way. And because we've got this Six of Wands, this departure, this move, okay? So there may very well be an opportunity to suddenly change everything that you've done. Now, it doesn't surprise me, because Ace of Wands is very igniting. It's a flame. It's ignition. Your fire is burning bright, and it's like this sudden aha moment, right? And all of this stuff is happening really fast. So it could literally be that whatever this new idea is involves this aspect of perhaps changing everything up and doing it in a very different way, or doing it for another company, or emigrating and moving. And so I think the biggest thing for you is going to be, because you're Earth, right? We like things kind of solid. We like to know where we stand. We're not always comfortable with things happening like super fast. And I do feel so the only major challenge I see is, can you handle the pace? Are you ready to jump forward? It may feel unsettling and uncomfortable to be in that heightened position, or for it to happen so fast, but I see it as being really promising and very, very exciting. So it does seem to be a basically an exciting opportunity. Again, as I was saying before, you know, when a person is so used to being downtrodden, and you know that when a good thing happens, they kind of like, they're almost suspicious of it. But this feels like in the same way of like when things are so slow for so long. I mean, January and February is getting a bit better, but January for the collective, for everyone, was very much a case of in either transition, in limbo, or still finishing up the old stuff. No one was really ready to start anything new in January, and normally January represents starting over, a new beginning. Now the new beginning is more being in like late February moving into March. So you could be so used to the kind of humdrum that all of this action is disconcerting. But it seems really, really promising. There seems like there's a lot of joy, a lot of excitement, a lot of manifestation, a lot of materializing into the real world, concepts and ideas that are brewing up inside of you. And it comes all with this good karma, this wheel of fortune and the sun. So it's, I would say go for it. Absolutely go for it. What have you got to lose? You know, the only thing you've got to lose is the stagnancy and the trials of waiting and snail pacing, for hoping to goodness that, you know, light is going to shine your way. Well, it's certainly shining your way, but it's not just a light, it's a bloody floodlight. It's a beam, almost a blinding beam of light that's saying, come on, Virgo. It's very nice. Right, can we please get an oracle card for Virgo for their highest good? What do they need to know for March, please? Thank you. Lemuria, creating heaven on earth. It's happening. You see, all of a sudden the planets are now aligning to your deepest desires, okay? And by moving forwards and moving with the times, you see we're in the great shift at the moment, meaning that the only way to navigate this shift, this spiritual awakening shift that the whole world is going through, people are obviously on different levels, but the only way to really navigate the energy is to expect the unexpected and go with the flow. Otherwise you'll go nuts. Okay, so keep focusing on the positive, keep knowing that you are your the things that are coming forward towards you, just go with it, test it out, sample it, experiment with it. Because as we do so, if nothing else, we are we're reinventing reality. We're changing up the paradigm shift that the world has been in, and that can only be good because it's not exactly been great. Okay, so even if we make mistakes along the way, it's certainly going to be better than a stagnant, limited, oppressed, suppressed society. Okay, so you are now branching out, and by doing so, guiding the light for others. So that's all I have for you, Virgo. I hope it resonated, and I will see you next month. Take care. Bye.